episode 3 of Banter. My name is Rugby Guru, and welcome to the home of sport, Old Georgian Sports Club, to bring you the 3rd episode. I'm going to just say thanks very much to everyone that has subscribed so far on YouTube, following us on Instagram, as well as getting us on Facebook. Thank you so much. Keep going, Banter. Let's get it down now. I'm just going to say hello to my legends next door here. Manny, my boy.
Evening, everyone.
How's it going?
Also fun.
And Solomon Mangwiru. Solo, are you good?
I'm good.
Thank you for stepping in. You're stepping in for the Moxonetta. He's having an op, so wishing him all the best. The legend, Jan Ferreira.
It's the change of place. I've changed my brand from Zambezi to I don't know what this is, but I'm sorry, Zambezi, we'll get you back one.
And also to our guest, JJ Davies. How's it, JJ?
How's it, Robbie? Thanks for having me here.
You good, brother?
Good.
Good. That's just pretty support the Bulls. Right, so we're just checking out your guys. The guest, JJ, he's played a lot of rugby at OGs. He has also played for the Legends. We'll be introducing and talking to him quite a bit about how cut the Bulls are. And basically just pushing through, Jan. We're also going to be chatting quite a bit school sport, Maddie, Hellenic Sevens. We keep talking about it. Liam Middleton, what an absolute legend, and also doing so well for school sport.
Yeah, look, Rob, I think I hope everybody caught his interview, which we did the other day. It's on our YouTube channel. And I think they're doing a brilliant job. And let's hope you can all come out. We're going to be at Hellenic for the Banter in 2 weekends' time, and we'll be doing the show there. So hopefully we can get a nice crowd out. So anyone who's available in it'll be on a Thursday though, not a Wednesday that weekend. If you're available, please come and be a part of the interactive audience. We would love to have you there.
Well, that's happening at Hellenic School. The Sevens, they reckon there's going to be probably about 1,200 people in that. We've kicked the tea room out. We are in the pavilion at Hellenic and going to be enjoying there from the same time, 6 till 7, and obviously promoting, getting a couple of interviews down, and having, as always, a great banter all about local, national, international sport, as well as obviously covering a lot of stuff. You survived the Jagutu Bowl this weekend. Well done. What happened?
You tell us. You start.
I can tell you now, it was an unbelievable. It was tip-top shape, and in fact there were some EFF supporters there, if I can't believe it. Was one of the old Jordans all in their red shirts, and they went by different names, Sandman and Bihol and Nozessa and all sorts of other names. They were defeated by the mighty old Blues.
Nice.
There we go. Otherwise, it was a terrible weekend. Terrible.
Don't even
go to the touch point, just saying.
A lot of
unbelievably good job.
But let's talk about that. It's growing. It's becoming almost like a national, every single year event where guys are getting down there, enjoying themselves, playing some good touch, and then obviously getting into the bar and playing good touch there as well.
Yeah, no, it was wonderful. And it's so nice to have such good supporters like Solar Shack and Bicol and everyone supporting and putting money into it and making it so much easier. We had like 30 players. There were, how many players were out there on the day?
So I believe that 910 people went through that.
Wow, yeah. Brilliant.
It was,
where did you guys sleep?
We did it in the hall.
The question was another time to say,
Did you guys sleep? Right, we're going to be coming back after the break. We just also want to welcome our live audience. This is growing every single week. We're going to have to actually move into the next door where you can come, you can watch it live, come have a beer after work on a Wednesday, enjoy yourself. It's just about the banter, enjoying, have a beer or a drink, whatever you want, and just enjoy yourself. We're going to come back after the break. We're covering local. It is the Nedbank, start of the Nedbank Rugby Challenge. Well done to Nedbank for jumping on board. And also we're going to be covering the National Cricket League coming up after the break. Welcome back to Local Sport, Banter. Big shout out to our live audience. That's a reception. Well done, boys and girls.
Well, right, Springer. Good job.
checking out. This is big for Nedbank has come in, supported the local rugby here, getting the local rugby scene up and running. Well done, Nedbank. Fantastic work. I know that Sean D'Souza is the project director of this weekend. It's a kickstart, guys, happening at Sports Club on the 18th and the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, Saturday, Sunday. Also a big family event. They're going to organize jumping castles for the kids. This is actually what we need, Solo, for us to take it to the next level and obviously start progressing and looking after our players.
I do agree with you 100% because I was very happy with the money they've put also into the prizes that can actually transform our rugby into semi-professional rugby. And also I'm so happy that the teams which are taking up, and guess what? We'll also be participating in that as the select team, which is made up of the Raiders, the Northern Chiefs, and the best of the rest.
Awesome. Are you guys going to hold that?
I think so. We were still recovering from Saturday, the touch ball, but I think we'll do our best.
Well, we should have put this team in because you got 2 locks, 2 props, and a hooker.
Don't talk about me like that.
Anyway, Maddie, you're also putting that team together. I think you're going to put your boots on. All the best. Hopefully you make Banter next week. It's just good, though, to get back into it. A little bit of empowerment as well, letting guys that are kind of giving the opportunity. I know that they're also doing a Nedbank invitational side, which is potentially going to be the Zim under 20 side, which is going to be the team to beat.
Going back to that, I think I think they're playing under Pitbulls, aren't they? No,
It's under the invitational side.
the invitational. Okay. Yeah, I think one of the problems that let's go down to social media is that there's normally Super 6. So there's your sports club, your older Arians, your OGs, and then normally there's Bulawayo coming up. And so this time they've now replaced it with us. Obviously, we deserve it. But there are people like the police club who've been in it for years. They put their heart and soul on the line every time. They got to the semi-final last year. They lost, and now Pitbulls, who won the B League, have been put into the Super 6. There are questions just around why. Why not allow police to continue in A League and then maybe let the Pitbulls come in as one of the development teams and play like against us, as sort of the other division, and then work their way into it. Those are some of the questions we want to ask, and I feel for those guys. I do feel that they've got a point. If you make the semi-final one year and the next year you just get dropped out of the Super 6, does that make sense? So maybe they can let us know why.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so that's happening at Sports Club this weekend. Get down. It starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday, all the way through to 6, and then on Sunday it starts at 10 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, with the main game at 2 p.m.
So we'll be playing at 2 on Sunday?
Okay. Right, while we're still on rugby, the Paramount Garments Under 20 Rugby League came to an end this last weekend. It happened here at Old Georgians. OG's home team beating Pitbulls. They pulled it out the bag.
They did. So they won 43-36. Look, understanding that there were a lot of Zim players that weren't in both of the teams. So, I mean, look, those are questions we're still waiting. They're obviously in the camp for what's coming up now. So, look, obviously, all the kids that got to enjoy it, they had a great final, and it was well supported and a very good,
Absolutely.
Very good game. Yeah.
Jan, just quickly coming to you. This Under 20 league has been fantastic because they've now been able to expose the talent that it is in Zimbabwe at a junior level. It obviously bodes well for now the Under 20s prepping for, I think it's the World Cup or it's the African Cup again. They won it last year. Now you're prepping it and you're getting better players, you're getting better quality. The coaches can prepare earlier as well. Your opinion?
I think it's lacquer. Remember that the whole COVID year, there were 2 years of schoolboys that didn't get to play in their first teams. And those are the guys that played last year, and there might be 1 or 2 still playing this year. And then the ones coming in on our all school leavers from last year, you saw the quality of the schools. So the fact that we won the Africa Cup last year, plus now we've been bolstered with lighties that have been playing, it's only going to get better. I know that most of the guys we play against were in a similar boat and etc. But I mean, I'm prepared to stick my neck out. I don't think anyone else in Africa, besides South Africa, and arguably Namibia, has got a school rugby system like we have.
Yeah.
So we need to, and I think that's going to start counting in our favor. So very excited.
Absolutely. We're excited. School rugby is starting. It's obviously the Sevens going into St. John's is doing a tournament in May, and that's going to be fantastic stuff. That's part of the COTCO, I think it is. They've now taken over that tournament. Prince Edward, 125 years as well. That is all coming up. Let's move quickly, guys. National Cricket League. Sule?
Yeah,
it was meant to happen in Quaker. What's the story?
There's the domestic women T20s and ODI, 50 over games starting on Friday. I'm very happy with this because this is a big development towards the women's game. And as you can see also that our women's team, the results have started coming since the appointment of JB into the senior ladies team. And also our under-19s went to the World Cup in South Africa, regardless of them not getting a win, but it's a good direction they're taking our ladies cricket. So we hope there'll be some very fantastic cricket coming up on Friday from Kwekwe.
Okay, fantastic. So that's local stuff. Coming up with national sport, guys. We're talking quickly hockey, the under-20 women. Who's going to cover that? I mean, some exciting stuff. We won today 7-0, I think it was. Yeah?
I think we needed to come second or third in the tournament in order to progress to the World Cup. So they have done that. So congratulations to the Zimbabwe ladies. Excellent stuff. It's a sport that, I don't know, it's just when they hit a rock hard ball and each person's armed with a weapon, that's not really somewhere around a people. No, they say that rugby's brutal. And it's always, bloody rugby. Oh, you got injured because of bloody rugby. Bloody hockey, they all armed with a freaking stick. And they come and they start beating the things. Oh, you lose break fingers, they lose tusks, lawnmower blades are shattered. It's really but just a joke. It is Bobby Banter, so please don't stay with your lives. Well done, ladies. We're very proud of you getting. And then, what a testament to Zimbabwe hockey.
Yeah.
So, and they're all self-funded, hey? It must be not like, even the men and women's teams, they're all self-funded. When they go on tours, they pay their own flights, they buy their own kit, they find their own sponsorship. They don't have a union like ZRU where they raise funds and sponsorship. So Zimbabwe hockey, well done. We're 100% behind you. Please don't lose that passion.
Well, audience, can we have a big shout out for Zimbabwe under 20 hockey ladies? It's a special welcome to Gary Ward, one of the best pilots that Zimbabwe's ever produced. He's in the crowd. Thank you for your support, G. And okay, guys, let's talk. We're going quickly to rugby. There's a lot of rugby to happen. Okay, national. Right, Mr. Ferreira. The new tackle law.
Robbie, I don't know about you. I'm going to hand this over to the big man here because I want to see him kicked out. Yeah,
okay, so if you don't know about the new law that's being tested, coming out, they're saying that you cannot tackle above the waist. Now, any rugby player knows that that is dangerous. That is dangerous from a head injury point of view. Obviously, lifting your knees, putting your head on the wrong side. JJ, what's your opinion?
Yeah, Robbie, I don't know if you know, they tried this out in Europe a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Where the rugby unions, they wanted to drop the tackle height.
And how many concussions?
All the unions went against that. They petitioned that, and the rugby union stopped pushing that. Surprisingly, it's found its way down to us. So I think we're going to have to do the same thing because you're going to get a lot more concussions. You're going to get guys. If you don't get a knee to the head, you're going to get a hip to the head. So it's going to be a lot more dangerous.
Is rugby just not becoming? You put into cotton wool now. It's becoming a bit like tiddlywinks. You're too scared to do something. There's so many rules. Even the refs are getting confused with the rules.
Yeah, look, Rob. I think the problem is, you go back to these guys that are suing World Rugby, and look, let's be honest. When you go and play rugby, if you need to sign a waiver when you are 5 years old, when you're 10 years old, before you play an international, if that's what it comes down to, let's sign the bloody thing and let's play rugby. You know what you're getting into. You know you're playing against men. we're not going there to play soccer.
Yeah.
We're not going there to stuff around. So,
there's also
you know,
rugby. There's just
you know, I'm just saying, let's just sign a waiver which says, hey, if I get concussed or whatever happens, so be it. Or you can play the other rugby where we'll tackle you below your waist. You know what I mean? Maybe some blokes will like that, but you know, we don't particularly want to play that.
Well, I think Mike Hopper always used to say it's not tiddlywinks. Rugby.
Not tiddlywinks.
It's becoming like that. I mean,
Not playing that cheese.
below the waist is, I think, just pushing it too far.
Yeah.
Talking about girls rugby as well. The Curry Cup has started. What the hell happened to the Bulls, guys? Pumas with the Bulls.
JJ, walk us through that one.
Your team, Chala?
Yeah, we were expecting a win there, but it wasn't to be. We've got a
Put 56-3.
yeah.
It was close, you know. We had them on the line for the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, the Pumas are quite a strong team there. Hey, with Jimmy Stonehouse, he's been there quite a while, and he's brought that team up literally from the bottom up. He's done a good job there. The Bulls, a fairly new side, Curry Cup side, with a new coach as well. So they've got Edgar Maratula coaching them. But yeah, I think a lot of improvement is needed in the Bull squad. Hey?
so I'm thinking improvement is an understatement.
Hold on. JJ, just walk us through what's actually going on behind the scenes, because you know what Jake White's doing. Take us back to that, because there is reason. It's not for nothing.
Yeah, so Jake split the squads into three. So you've got your URC squad, and then he's also preparing for the Heineken Cup, which is being played around about the same time as URC.
Yeah.
And then he's also got the Curry Cup to think of. I don't know if you remember last year, he had both Curry Cup and URC, which we did quite well in. The only snag was towards the end of the season, we had the Curry Cup final on the Saturday, as well as the URC final on the same day. So he couldn't split the squads up then, which is where we came short.
Okay, so are we saying that Jake is building a squad of, let's say, 60 players that potentially can one day step into the URC, and then go onto the box?
100%.
Yep.
I think on the same issue, he's being smart.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you will need to have every position to have a player who is suitable to replace, even if there's injuries from the Heineken Cup and from the URC and even from the Curry Cup.
Yeah.
So I think this is typical Jake White.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it goes back to the
Remember World Cup.
effect.
Remember World Cup? He came in 4 years before, and he said he walked into that team meeting, the first thing, and he said, "Guys, in 4 years' time, we're winning the World Cup." And the Oaks looked at him as if he was mad. He believes in what he's putting on paper and what he puts down to the players, and the players believe in him. Okay, so tactically, one of the best in the world.
So also what Jake White and Eddie Jones have in common is that forward planning. I mean, if you look at the Sharks, these Oaks, as soon as they lose their Springboks, they're an absolute damp squib.
Yeah,
Jeez,
they
are. The Sharks are terrible. Fortunately, they've got Blythe Mavosere there to boost their ranks and strengthen them. You go, Blythe, and you show those Oaks. But England, you know, Eddie Jones, one of the reasons they didn't move the whole Lions tour was because Eddie Jones says, no, I need 2 years to prepare for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And now they've been there. So the Oak could delay the blooming Lions tour or potentially, you know, derogatory motives from him because he was looking after England. He's not even there.
Yeah.
And now England are
In trouble.
they're doing some French
That is coming up. That's going to be coming up on our international sport coming just now. I mean, England absolutely annihilated by the French. Certainly eating humble pie. Eddie Jones must be laughing in Australia. But guys, just quickly before we go, the issue that happened in Eastern Province. I spent some time there. I know those EP guys. Going into club rugby, and then you finish a game, the guy got the kick over, finished the game, and spectators ran on, and 3 of the players got stabbed. Now, to me, it's unacceptable.
And Matt, sorry, Robbie, I've played rugby in the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, and I can tell you now, there's a few clubs, they've got that notorious thing to them. And I mean, there was the one Villagers in Cape Town against Violets. And before the game, I mean, they captured this one guy who was chirping a ref or something, Villagers guy, and they just absolutely snot clapped this guy. Both shotgun barrels, blood everywhere. The poor bugger he couldn't even play the game. Now this is happening. It has to be stamped out, and something dramatic needs to be done because it cannot be tolerated.
Yeah.
It is unacceptable. And SA Rugby have made quite a strong statement. But the thing is words at a press conference is not going to fix this unless some ban or something comes into effect.
Yeah, and I see they've only banned home games. That club should be banned for the rest of the year.
It's only home games until the investigation's done.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to come back with international sport. You're going to stay tuned. Don't forget to make sure that on YouTube you are subscribing. We'll catch you after the break. Right, we're back at Banter, our final segment of the episode. We're checking out international sport, but just before we do that, some big national news has come up. John McKenzie, who's a professional golfer, one of the biggest purses, I think the biggest purse in Zimbabwe was paid this week. John, welcome to the show. Zimbabwe.
Thanks very much. So basically, we're trying to get golf back on the map in Zim. We had a tournament down in Bulawayo last weekend, the Maxi Open. It was a 30 rand purse, $30,000 US. Ben Follett-Smith won the tournament. And obviously,
round of applause.
There's a potential sponsor.
That's a sponsor.
Like a month ago, he won the Cape Town Open, which is a Challenge Tour event. So it's obviously given us a map onto the DP Tour, which Zimbabwe Open in next year will be on European Tour. It's a European Tour event, scheduled event, which is a €1.5 million event, which would be a massive event for Zim. Huge exposure, obviously. All the guys from Europe will be here. So yeah, and then obviously at the moment at Royal, there's a NAC. It's a National AIDS Council tournament. That's a $60,000 event that finishes tomorrow. And yeah, all the guys from Sunshine Tour and Ben Follett-Smith. I mean, Scott Vincent was here last year, but unfortunately he's obviously not around this year. He's obviously on the Live Tour, which is obviously a big like tour, as you know. And yeah, we just need to get Zim golf back on the map. We need to get our. I mean, there's some very talented guys out here, and yeah, we just like to appreciate the support and get guys back on the map.
Well, thank you very much, John McKenzie. Just a quick throw in there. Zim golf certainly seems to be going right up there. And I mean, talking about purses like that here in Zim, fantastic. Now we need that purse to come and actually get onto our show as well and sponsor.
Absolutely.
Rob, let's be honest, since the Nick Price days, these lighties that are coming up, Ben Follett-Smith, I used to play with him at Brook.
No, but you cut at golf, dude.
Compared to those guys, I'm cucking golf.
Compared to us at golf. Skip to rugby, man.
But I think it's absolutely brilliant that they're bringing these type of tours back to Zimbabwe and finally putting us back on the map. It's been a long time, and I think we deserve it. We have produced some absolutely amazing golfers, and I think it is brilliant what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robbie, just to add in there, obviously with this new Live Tour that I'm sure everyone's heard about now, that's like the rivalry to the PGA Tour. There's two Zimbas that have joined now, Dean Burmester and Scott Vincent.
Wow.
So I mean,
Lovely.
Those guys are, I mean, now they're top 100 in the world, so it's pretty big for Zim.
Yeah, Scott Vincent's pretty lucky that I retired when I could.
The only oak who's lucky you retired are the ground staff at the golf courses you play.
Right, guys. Okay, so we're going to move on quickly. Okay, I think, where's our wide screen here? We need to just go like this. Zimbabwe cricket and over 50s.
Yeah.
World Cup.
Well done.
Talk to us, Mary.
Sorry, I think it's played 6, lost 2.
That's
Right,
6
now,
lost
but
2.
anyway, very good. I watched the final game today. They played against Australia. I think Australia brought in some of the big guns. And our run rate was a little bit slow. So they didn't make it through, but we're going through to the. So from our pool, we've gone through. They went. The top 2 went through, and we're third. So we're going to the playoffs for whatever the others are. But for considering where we've come from, well done to Zimbabwe and injuries. You know, the old buggers getting out there. It was like Jan trying to play rugby at touch ball. You know? We understand. Unfortunately, it happens when you get old. We understand.
Jan, your feedback on that comment?
Do you know what? Matt, when we played against you, there happened to be a red shirt with jumping castle that we had to run around. So that, adds a little bit of distance to our running, okay? Jeez, like, hammies go when you run that far.
The truth comes out.
Okay, so well done to the cricket. Wishing them all the best. I know that they are enjoying that side. They've been there for a couple of weeks. Keeping the Zimbabwe banter going. I mean, we really do appreciate what they're doing out there. Flying the flag very, very high for Zimbabwe, and we wish them all the best in the next couple of days. Guys, Precious Patani, women's ref World Cup. She's just been pulled out of 12 refs in the whole of the globe. Now that is a very special thing, Soda.
It's very special. I've watched Coach Precious climbing up the ladder, and the best thing about Coach Precious is, even if you meet her today, she still remains the same person. Yeah. But the fact that she's been picked out of the 12 officials who are going to officiate the Sevens World Cup around the world, it speaks volumes about what Coach Precious has put into in improving herself and also learning from other top referees from the country as well. At the same time, so I think the whole country, we need to appreciate her. And with the movement of women, moving in, we need actually to be very proud of her.
Well, it's certainly woman power. I mean, I interviewed her when I first got back to Zim, and so down to earth, really one of our gems, to be honest. JJ, for this
the only gem in my eyes, Rob. Listen, go back to the referee. When I was playing, any of them would have enjoyed what I had to say about them. I think they're happy I retired, but I don't think they're happy I'm back this weekend.
And also considering how long has it been before we would have somebody going actually to...
Well, look, it's a woman going through to the World Cup Sevens. It's incredible stuff. And we're just going to say, I'm going to say it's a World Series. It's a World Series for Sevens. So brilliant stuff. JJ, for ladies, it's great empowerment. It's brilliant for Zimbabwe women as well.
It is, Robbie, and congratulations to Precious as well. And just remember, this is coming off the back of her. She went to the Six Nations ladies. She was one of the refs that was selected to ref in that. Yeah, so she's doing quite well, and well done to her.
Absolutely.
Keep on flying our flag. Very
okay, so we're wishing you all the best, Precious Patani. Going on to rugby. Now this is where their passion comes in. Six Nations. France versus England.
Oh my God.
It's not for JJ.
What happened, JJ?
Kind of looked like a replay of Bulls and Pumas there, eh? But yeah, the England side, there's a lot of work to do on the English team, with them getting rid of Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
The new coach, I think he's just trying he's doing too much too soon. 2 weeks ago, if you remember, he dropped Marcus Smith. And then for this game, he benched Owen Farrell and then got Smith in the playoff.
Let me ask you a question. If you were offered that job after Eddie Jones, would you have taken it, Soda?
No, I wouldn't.
You lie!
No, it's not about the money. Let's look at what Eddie was trying to do with that team. And I think between the cast here, guys, let's agree, it was a real move for them to get rid of Eddie Jones.
That was a moron.
We are looking at the World Cup. How do we do that?
Today it's like play kings or something. Like, the next rule is let's get rid of someone important. And then they got rid of Eddie. That was the most brain fart thing they've ever done. I cannot believe that England were that spastic. Really, that was crazy.
Well, and now, Jan Ferreira, 98% record at World Cups. South Africa, England, Australia, and you go and win a couple of months before the World Cup. Crazy.
Idiots. And then on Clive Woodward, when he starts getting onto his horse and start telling everyone, I told you so. Clive, here's to you, pal. You stay and do your day job.
Yeah, stand your lane.
But when you see what England did, Mario Toje, he's been blown up by the English supporters for so long. He was nowhere. They didn't get across game line. At the beginning, Steve Borthwick, he said, no, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our basics. We're going to have a mean scrum, a mean line-out, kicking game defense. Right? So they copy and paste what Rassie Rasmus did. Yeah. Because Rassie and them, they believed they were in deep. And And so he's trying to get them out there. And then he goes and picks Marcus Smith. You got to be joking. He brings out Maka and then he brings it back.
He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Steve Borthwick, let's just talk, Matt. He's put into a position that, I mean, he's kind of, it's really a difficult position.
I just think Australia are so happy right now. I think Matilda are stoked. You know, I mean, you could not ask for such a blessing. It's a pity he couldn't have worked on Australia since the last World Cup if that's what England were going to do. You know what? Don't go against an Oak who does World Cups and then get him almost there and then
On 98% record and you've been in.
When an Oak wins 2 silvers and a gold at a World Cup.
the only goal he got was with South Africa. With South Africa. But also, the only silver he got was from South Africa.
But also, okay, so but Robbie, if you look at how when Jake White did it, right, his 2006 year was diabolical. He took 49-0 from Australia. Okay, and they were all talking about firing him. Then instead they said, no, let's just give him 1 more year. We'll bin him after the World Cup. Little did they know he's actually going to win the World Cup. Now, that's happened, and then he brought Eddie Jones in. He's brought in Oak. However, I will say, in Eddie Jones, if you've read his book, one of the things that he said was his biggest mistake was after coaching Australia to the silver medal in that World Cup, is he continued coaching him after. He's now done the same thing with England.
Yeah, but he had a bigger plan. Look, he could have.
But still, man, he said in his own book, he said, this is the biggest mistake I ever made. I should have just said, right, silver medal, that's good enough.
Australia suck, and we know they're not going to win again.
I don't know. That's a big call. They've got experience. They have got youth. They've got Craig Cooper.
Honest with South Africa's record at the moment against Australia. Wow, we have nowhere to talk.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Quickly, Six Nations, Ireland, and Scotland. Another big game there, Soda.
I'm not happy with the way the Irish are playing currently at the moment, and
So what?
I'm not happy with the way
Watching the same Irish team.
You need to change your channel. That's the old ZBC replays from years ago.
I'm talking about if you compare this Irish team with the Irish team which won the Six Nations, I think, if I'm not mistaken, before COVID, that was a better Irish team than the current Irish team they have. And if you really look at actually the whole, what do you call it, the union of the British teams, and I think Wales they've got a better chance to go to the World Cup than Ireland.
So I know
Regardless of the controversial issues they are having,
The best thing is that this show is not live, because otherwise Marks will be in the hospital and that spike of his heart rate. My replacement is talking like this.
Sorry, I got it back. I understand what he's saying. I don't believe they've got the depth to win the World Cup. We're talking about World Cup, aren't we?
but talking from the experience, the most teams which you think is not performing very well before the World Cup is going to take the World Cup.
True.
That's where I'm coming from.
Remember, World Cup can happen. I mean, Japan's Springboks, it happens, and next thing you've lost 1 or 2 games. You're sitting at 3rd or 4th in the log, and then you're in trouble.
And I think if they really get to sort out the issue of the contracts with the players and get Gatland back to work with these guys and believe in Gatland, I would tell you they can pull a shot.
Well, I mean, he's the most respected coaches there in Europe. I mean, let's be honest.
With the Chiefs.
And I think that's the reason even they brought him back.
I'm with you, man. Look, I'm not a great fan of that club.
So that's Six Nations. We're going to be covering that next week as well. Obviously, it's going to be good to see how England bounces back. Can they bounce back? I don't know. Steve Borthwick's under huge pressure. And you know the English with the media, once you're down, you get kicked like a mofo.
The media is crazy.
Yeah. All right. Just quickly, guys, checking. We're going to finish off with Sandpaper Gate. Steve Smith, the Australian, who had sandpaper in his balls. And he sandpapered the balls.
Here's a fun fact for you, Robbie. I was at Newlands that day.
Wow.
We watched it happen.
Wow.
And we didn't even know what was. We were sitting on the grass bank, and suddenly the umpires they started chatting. We were having lunch, and then was it lunch? It was lunch. It was literally just before or after lunch. And so we were looking up on the screen and you just see this thing happening. But we didn't have the context of the commentators telling us what was going on. Eventually Oak's phone stopped ringing and then mates are like, "Hey bro, you there? Did you know this was happening?" As soon as there was a bit of a break, they came for drinks. You just check Oaks literally threw their phones at AB de Villiers as he was going up the stairs, saying, "AB, check this out, do you check this out?"
Jeez.
And it was hectic. And then it struck us. Let me tell you, Nathan Lyon, he heard about family heritage that day he didn't know existed, my friend.
Does that set a good example for the kids that are coming through? You've caught cheating. I mean, now to be put as a captain, Matt, is it the right way to angle it, or is it over and done with?
It was just their comeback to the whole Sunnyville. If someone said that to me, I'd probably snap them on my balls.
Or tell us the joke.
You don't know what happened.
No.
Now we'll leave it at that. People viewers out there know.
There's a problem with Banter, tell us.
No, also, I reckon that Steve Smith,
Yes.
the way we've
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, can't do that.
But Rob, I would need to give it to Steve Smith. Considering what he went through, losing the captaincy, even being taken out of the side and coming
missing
back.
check for a night as well.
And coming back into the side and getting his head right, and now check how he's performing. I think everybody deserves a second chance.
Okay.
Look, we're human.
We're human. We are. It happens to the best of us. Right, so that is the end of Public Banter. I'm just going to say once again thank you to our live audience. To our production, to Maddie, Soda, Jan Ferreira, and JJ Davies. Thank you, guys. Right, next week we're here. Don't forget on the 30th we are going to be doing a live from Hellenic. It's going to be massive. We're going to have a live audience. And if you want us to be your live audience and to come to one of your events, hook us up. You can get us on YouTube, subscribe. You can get us on Facebook, like and share. And obviously on Instagram, we want you to follow us. From us, good night, have a good week, and catch you next week.
Banter.